All right. So we are back for another D&D movie time, and it is St. Patrick's Day. So, what are we starting for St. Patrick's Day?
Shrek.
Yep.
Da, 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 da.
What are you doing?
Dancing.
But what song are you trying to sing?
The Shrek intro song, duh.
Okay. So anyways, have you seen this movie before?
I only have seen the intro and I only have seen the 2 movies.
You've seen the first 2?
Yes, I like the 2 movies.
So you'll be surprised with the last 2?
Which is 4.
I think so. Yep. I think there's 4. And then we got also the 2 Puss in Boots movies.
The Puss in Boots regular and the Puss in Boots the Last Wish.
Yes.
I think it's called.
Yep.
Yes, it's called The Last Wish.
So do you have a favorite character? Or do you...
Shrek?
Yeah.
Donkey!
Donkey. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into this. We'll see you guys after the movie.
Bye!
Princess, where are you? It's very spooky in here. Are you playing the games? Well, at least we know where the princess is. But where's the...
DreamWorks Pictures invites you to a land of fairy tales.
Hey! Oh, no. Dead girl off the table!
Where are we supposed to put it? The bed's taken.
What? Where an unlikely hero
You definitely need some Tic Tacs or something, because your breath stinks!
rescues a fair princess
You didn't slay the dragon?
It's on my to-do list.
from a nasty villain
Me.
with the help of his trusty companion.
This is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. Ah!
This summer, one name spells action.
You're not exactly what I expected.
One name spells adventure.
How about it? Before this is over, I'm gonna need a whole lot of serious therapy.
One name
Don't look down. I'm looking down.
spells romance.
It's no way to behave in front of a princess. Ooh. Ah, she's as nasty as you are. Come on!
There's an arrow in your back. Oh.
And that name is
Shrek. Don't get it rich. I'm here till Thursday.
Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow.
You love this woman, don't you? Yes. You wanna hold her? Yes. Please. Yes.
Shrek.
Wow. Let's do that again. No.
Alright, so we just finished watching Shrek.
Da, 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 da.
So Cora, what's this about? Tell the audience, what's this movie about?
Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
You just finished watching it!
I know, but...
Okay, so we meet Shrek. What is Shrek?
A go-go?
An
No.
ogre.
Ogre. No.
And where does he live?
In the swamp.
Yeah?
What are you doing in my swamp?
And then who do we meet?
Then we meet Donkey.
Yeah. And what's Donkey's story?
Donkey is a talking donkey, of course. We don't know his actual name.
And what happens when he bumps into Tinkerbell?
He goes to his fly and says, he never seen a fly
may have seen a housefly. You may have seen a dragonfly.
But you're not seeing a donkey fly. But, hold on. I think it's the line. Not seeing a donkey fly.
Yeah. And so what happened? What's going on with Donkey?
His owner tries to get him away since he can talk.
But they're selling him because they're rounding up all the magical creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And while all this is going on, what's going on at the castle?
So you got other fairy tale creature, which is
Gingerbread Man?
Da! Gingerbread Man. You forgot to put the da.
Okay. And who's there torturing the Gingerbread Man?
A knight. Wait,
No.
put it.
Lord Farquaad.
But it's a knight that's torturing him.
Okay. Anyways, what does Lord Farquaad want?
To be a king.
Which he has to marry?
A princess. And he got 3 choices from...
Snow White, Cinderella.
I meant, what did he lose? What did he got the choices from?
Oh, the mirror. Which kind of did it like a game show, right?
Yes, right. Which one would you choose?
Yep. But he ultimately ends up picking which one?
Drum roll, please. Well, I think what the name was again.
Princess Fiona.
You didn't play the drum roll.
Oh, we don't need a drum roll every time. Anyways, so basically, Shrek goes to see Lord Farquaad. And
We got a battle, which is actually pretty cool. You should watch the movie if you haven't.
And why does Shrek go to see him?
Because a bunch of those fairy tale creatures come to a swamp, and then Shrek gets angry, and
He wants his swamp back the way it was.
yes, he wants to swamp it back the way it was. And then he goes to Lord Farquaad, meets a bunch of knights, fight those knights, and then Lord Farquaad gives him a mention, gives him a quest with the donkey to save the princess from a dragon. So then they go, and then they talk a little bit, and then they kill.
And then when they get there, Donkey says Cora's favorite line as they're trying to cross the bridge.
What?
Shrek, I'm looking down.
Shrek, I'm looking down! I'm looking down!
And then Shrek does what?
Shrek does this.
Shakes the bridge.
Yeah, he shakes the bridge.
Oh, so don't do it.
Don't do what? Oh,
Don't do
this. And then,
Oh, so do it.
okay.
Don't do it. Don't do what?
Don't do what? This.
Anyways, so Shrek finally makes it to Fiona, and they take off running. And what happens? What does she realize?
She realized that his savior.
Well, wait, you're missing something.
What?
What did they forget to do?
Save Donkey.
Well, no, they go to save Donkey because he forgot to slay the dragon.
Of course.
It's on my to-do list.
It's all got to do this.
So they save Donkey, get away. Can you stop? Where you break something?
No.
Anyways, so they save Donkey, they get away, then what does Fiona realize?
Then he realized.
Fiona's a girl.
Then she realized that her savior was a Google.
Ogre.
Ogre, what?
course. It's very easy to say. Ogre.
Ogre.
Thank you.
Ogre.
And so they start making the trip back to Lord Farquaad's castle, right?
Yes, and they have a little start. Next morning, the two are asleep. The princess gusses some bowl with 3 eggs, and then sees to it while the bird is eating. When she gets to a high pitch, the bird seriously explodes. Luckily, it's off screen, and then she cooks the eggs.
Yeah.
Which is very monstrous, because the baby chickens, they could have...
Birds. They're not chickens, they're birds. There's a difference between a bird and a chicken.
Some chickens can fly.
Not very well. Not for more than 2 seconds. Anyways, but there's a big secret. And what is the big secret about Fiona?
Let's save that for later.
No, you can tell them now. It's been out for like ages.
Ages.
Yes. So what's the big secret?
Fiona is also an ogre.
Well, she's not actually an ogre. She's cursed to be an ogre at night. But Shrek overhears her conversation with Donkey and thinks that she said something mean about him.
You skipped the 10 minutes of the movie.
We're not going to go through every single little tiny thing they do. That's why people go watch these movies. We'll leave something for them.
Why not spoil it? Because since this movie has been out for a long time.
If we were going to go through every single second, we might as well just be telling the movie key spot for spot.
Okay, but...
So we're going to jump ahead. So
like we're skipping the whole entire middle of the movie? And just
no, we're not skipping the whole entire middle. We're just skipping ahead. So what happens? Finally, Lord Farquaad comes to meet them and proposes, and does she go back with Lord Farquaad?
Yes.
And what happens with Shrek?
He feels sad, but Donkey tells him that she was talking about someone else.
Well, that doesn't happen till later, but okay. Fine. We'll jump to that scene.
Well, you skipped some parts, so why not I skip some parts?
Just keep going.
And then Shrek and Donkey go to the castle, but first they go ahead and listen to some music. I wish we could do the scene where the part I want to show will come up right there, but sadly we don't have that, and plus we'll probably get copyright. So,
anyways, so they're getting married, Fiona and Lord Farquaad, and what ends up happening?
She puts us in before they kiss, and then Shrek, and before sunset, Shrek tries to stop the wind, but instead she does, and then
She doesn't die.
What?
She doesn't die.
I'm not Shrek!
She transforms. It sounded like you said she died.
No, Dad's just looking there
Well, look at the camera. So anyways, so she transforms. Shrek's trying to break up the wedding. And Lord Farquaad's not having it. He says that he's king now, and what happens?
He gets eaten by a dragon.
Yeah, and then,
They all live happy ever after.
Are you sure? I mean, there is a Shrek, too. So do they really live happily ever after?
No!
There was one problem that I noticed on this watch. I'm going to have to wait till we watch the second one. But they do show Snow White and Cinderella in this. Like, the actual people at the end. So I'm kind of wondering, are they the ones that reported that Fiona was saved and they just did not tell the parents that, oh yeah, by the way, she's an ogre now? She got saved by an ogre. It was a really crazy story. But yeah, we do see them in this movie, so. Alright, we will be right back and we will give our final scores.
Bye.
Hello there. I promise we'll get right back to the video shortly. I just wanted to say that many writers, YouTubers, readers, and gamers often talk about one thing that they all share in common, and that is drinking coffee. And perhaps you're tired of going out and ordering expensive high-end coffees and cappuccinos from huge corporations, and are looking for a way to have that same or better coffee brewed right in your own home. So I want to ask that you consider trying Coffee Brand Coffee. You can order from an array of different blends that will be delivered right to your door. And if coffee is not your thing, they also have teas, cocos, and chocolates. Why am I doing this, you may ask? Well, for a long time now, I have been a fan of a channel called The Quartering, which is constantly reporting on the news, and the head of the channel, Jeremy, has worked really hard for his viewers over the time I've watched this channel. He has done so much, helping out others and smaller channels, working hard to make several videos a day, which I can tell you, does take quite a good amount of work. And recently, he started his own coffee company. So if you're willing to try and change to a better coffee, tea, or K-cup because you need that sweet caffeine fix to get you through writing that next novel, reading that next book, playing that new video game long into the late hours of the night, or starting off early in the morning for a long live stream, then head over to the website for Coffee Brand Coffee or check out the channel The Quartering and see what delicious specials they have going on.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Alright, so, Cora, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the first Shrek?
10.
Why 9 out of 10?
I mean, I do like the movie. It's just, I've seen it quite a lot of my mom's.
Yeah.
I can't Shrek 2. But the other two, or the other one, those I haven't seen yet. Because I only know the other two.
But why are you giving this a 9?
I just told you.
Is it because, like...
I just told you!
Alright, so we're going to move into my score so Cora can see how this works. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give the first Shrek movie also a 9 out of 10. Just like Cora, I have seen this one probably the most because it's the oldest in the franchise. The story's okay, and it's, story-wise, it still holds up. But there are other issues, like there are a few moments here and there where the graphics don't quite, hold up over time, like the future movies do. So, in the aspect, I think that it wasn't quite there graphics-wise. And the story is like, it is kind of stale because I have seen it so much. But mostly the reason why it would go down to a 9 is because of the graphics not being able to hold up like the rest of the franchise.
Hey, the graphics are okay.
They're okay, yes, but there are times, like when the dragon lands and Shrek is laughing, it almost doesn't quite match. Like the way he's laughing doesn't quite match the way the actual character on screen is laughing.
Like, how is he laughing?
Like he should be chuckling and, really shaking as he laughs, because he's doing such a hearty laugh. But it's like, it was almost like a frozen NPC laugh. Ha 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 ha. Although the way Mike Myers is doing that laugh is more engaging. And it seems like Shrek should be putting more into it.
Like the hungry that you said, and not the NPC way, like the first NPC.
Yes.
Way. Like ha 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 ha.
But anyways, there's a lot of moments like that where, things just don't quite hold up graphics-wise. Now, story-wise, I really still enjoy the story, because it kicks it all off. It's still pretty funny. It has a lot of funny moments. But one thing that I noticed probably on this rewatch, knowing the twist that Fiona is an ogre, you can kind of see some hidden details that let you know that beforehand. Like the fact she's wearing a green dress. And Shrek is green. Ogres are green in this world. So, that right there is kind of your first little hint. Also, the fact that she thought about the spiderweb cotton candy thing for Shrek. Or she was able to do the thing to the snake that he did to the frog to make reptile balloons. Or just balloons. She wasn't concerned if she got bit. So, and her animal was a lot more deadlier probably than Shrek's animal. So, there are a lot of little moments, I feel like, that kind of hint at, oh, she's going to end up being half ogre or something. So if you are watching it for the first time, maybe go back and, rewatch it. If you've only watched it once, go back, rewatch it, and you'll see there are those little moments beforehand. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So we'll see you all when we review Shrek 2.